Hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. How you doing? How you doing? Hope you're having a good day this Saturday. Let's have a sippy of water. I've not got much water left in there, actually, so I might run out halfway through and have to run away for a while. It is what it is. Okay, we're getting there. Okay. What we doing with the music? Yep, still going. Right, we are ready. A little bit late. 12 minutes late. But that can't be helped. Because, well, fuck it, it happens, doesn't it? So let's get ready to go. Let's get ready for the windfall. Hello to all out there, and welcome to the. Oh, 1 second, bloody hell! I've got to delete some stuff off my phone. It's jam-packed full of videos and stuff. Apparently, I've only got 24 minutes left on it, so I'll have to sort that out quickly before we go live. Otherwise, that's going to cut out halfway through. We can't have that. We can't have that, peeps. No, sorry, Bob. That's already sent, so in that. This will only take a moment, by the way, and then we'll get on with the news of the day. It seems everything is happening this week. It's been phenomenal week. Don't even know where to start. Genuinely, just been such an interesting week. But, you know, how are you guys doing out there? I hope you're all well. I hope you're behaving. I hope you're having a good Saturday. Enjoying the sunshine a little bit. It's still sunny, but it's still cold out there. I am willing to bet. Not a lot we can do about that, is there? That's British weather. It is what it is. You learn to live with it, though, don't you? I think us Brits have we deal with the weather well, but we like to moan about it, and I'm absolutely one of those people. I love moaning about anything really, but the weather is quite a go-to. A go-to sort of complaint to go to. It's great. I love it. So I'm just deleting some stuff to make room for this video. Unfortunately, I've forgotten to do it beforehand. So let's do that now. And that should free up some memory for me to make this video, which is going to be usually about 50 minutes long, just going through the news of the week. A few developments today, actually. It's been quite an interesting day. I don't know if today has just been selected, you know, just like today is going to be news day for everyone. Rupert Lowe and Ben Habib and everything. I don't know if they've just all agreed. Right, fuck it. Today we're gonna just, you know, release a load of information. But I'm very excited about the Ben Habib and Rupert Lowe joining forces, making a new party. which will combine Advance UK and Restore UK. Very excited about that. Right, we're ready to go. Hi everyone. Hi Kenny. Hi Caravor George. Hello everyone. Hi. Right, let's get live. Hello everyone and welcome to Not the Evening News. If you've been here before, then you know what it's all about. I don't need to tell you because you're a fan, aren't you? But if you're new here, then what this is a news channel basically that goes through the news of the week. And I just give my opinion on all the nonsense that's happening in Britain currently, as it is quite a mess. It's called Not the Evening News because I wanted to do this show in the evening. In fact, I used to, but I found that it interfered with my personal time with my girlfriend, etc. And I may as well do the show while she's at work too. So even though it was called the Evening News, I've decided to call it Not the Evening News because it's not in the evening anymore. It's not the evening right now, and we are live. So it's not the Evening News. Good stuff. Makes sense when you just, I don't know, switch your brain off for a minute. So let's jump straight into it. We have Concerned Citizen on X, who has posted, I can confirm today that the UK will deploy its carrier strike force to the North Atlantic. This is Keir Starmer talking. This is a post that Keir Starmer has put out, and Concerned Citizen is sharing it. Alongside, Keir Starmer is said to have said, alongside our allies, it's a powerful show of NATO allies to the EU Atlantic security. UK press. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer thinks he's Winston Churchill. Yes, I absolutely agree. Keir Starmer wants to be a wartime Prime Minister so badly that he's just willing to just jump into any war he can get his dirty little hands on, so that he can be a wartime bloody Prime Minister. But I don't think he realizes that no one wants this. I don't know if he realizes how hated he is. And I genuinely don't know many people at all, if any, that would fight for Keir Starmer and his nonce government. I genuinely don't. If they said to me, you've got to go to war in Ukraine or anything like that, sod off. I'll happily go to prison. I'll go and sit in a cell for however long. I'm not going to fight for this country. Fuck off. Whereas if Tommy Robinson or Ben Habib, Rupert Lowe, Liam Tufts, anyone like that said, right, be here on X date, we are basically going to overthrow the government, I would absolutely be there for that. Definitely. Because I don't think Keir Starmer realizes that when you combine all these people, Tommy Robinson, Katie Hopkins, Leilani, I can't remember her name. When you have all these people that get together and tell their followers to do something, they have a lot more people than the British Army. And so basically, if it did come down to it, the British people would win. They would take their country back by force if necessary. And that would involve a lot of hurt for, one, the UK government, two, the police, and three, our military forces, if they decided to actually go against their own citizens, which I don't think they would. I'm sure they've all got brains, and I'm sure that they're all not that happy about fighting abroad for Keir Starmer as well. So we got HJB News on X, and they have posted, Keir Starmer has said today he won't be using the same tactics as Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni, giving the Navy powers to block the migrant boats approaching Italy. He said it would go against their human rights. It would go against the invaders' human rights, would it? Well, fuck you, Keir Starmer. What about my rights? What about our women and children's rights in this country to feel safe while simply walking down the street or walking to work? You know, it's not so much to ask to have a safe country for our women and children to walk down the street without feeling like they have to wear a burqa or, you know, a male escort just to get to work and back. So fuck you, Keir Starmer. The revolution is coming, and I will definitely be part of it. I'm genuinely looking forward to it. I'm excited. Woo woo woo! Britain is broken has posted on X saying breaking news, apparently this is Ben Habib to dissolve Advance UK and urges all members and elected officials to do the same. Now, why would he do this, I hear you ask? Advance UK was doing pretty well. I believe they have up to about 45,000 members now. So why would he do this? And the reason is it's finally happening. The Uni Party is dead and Reform UK will be shaking in their boots. It is time to restore Britain. And this is because Ben Habib and Rupert Lowe have decided to join parties. Advance UK, what's it called? Restore Britain, Together, mushing them, you know. You've got a hell of a lot of followers there, particularly Rupert Lowe. He has got a massive following, and to see Ben Habib and Rupert Lowe get together, ooh, that's tasty. That's very tasty. I like that. I like that a lot. I'm going to give you a cheer there, Ben Habib, and an applause to Rupert Lowe. I'm very happy about that, and we'll give a laughter to Keir Starmer because he's a fucking nonce, isn't he? And there you go. That is the truth of the situation. We have. It's loading. 1 second, people. My laptop has been particularly slow today. It's been quite annoying. We have Jack Jewel on X, who has posted, why is it called Ramadan? But any other references to Christians are now named winter or festive. For instance, winter festival, festive lights. You can't say Christmas festival, Christmas winter. You can't say Christmas lights anymore. Now, why is that? It sounds like a bit of colonization to me. And yes, I agree with you there, Jack. Absolutely. We are being colonized daily, and it is absolutely disgusting. We're all fed up with it. We're all sick of it. Let's just get these scummy politicians out and put a new political party in place that will actually do some good for the British people and for Britain as a country, because at the moment it doesn't feel like much of a country, you know. Do you know, by the way, yesterday I believe it was, we got 2 gold medals in the Olympics. Now, usually I'm right behind the Olympics. I would watch England win at anything. I will watch Britain win at anything. I don't give a shit. It could be marbles, and I will watch it because I love to support my country. I love to cheer them on. I love to go down the pub, have a beer, talk to every fucker in that pub, and just cheer on my team, you know? But it doesn't feel like my country anymore. It doesn't feel like my team that's representing me and my country in the Olympics. So fuck the Olympics. Genuinely not interested. I do not give a shit how it goes, and the fact that we've won 2 gold medals. I just do not care until this country gets itself sorted out. I do not give a flying fuck. We have Based and Bougie, who has said on X, all the people laughing at ISIS planning to murder Tommy Robinson, you do realise you will be next, right? Yeah, she's right. You have to be a special type of dumb to support a terrorist regime just because you don't agree with someone's political views. Yes, again, absolutely right. Now, Tommy Robinson may not be everyone's cup of tea. A lot of people really, really dislike Tommy Robinson. But to sit there and cheer on ISIS, It's absolutely appalling. You are a traitor to your country if you do that. And what's even more worrying about this is that ISIS are in Britain. This confirms that ISIS are in Britain. The fact that Tommy Robinson has had to now move out of Britain because ISIS are a threat in Britain would imply that ISIS are in Britain. That is absolutely disgusting. And if there is anyone, lefties and Muslims, cheering them on online, you're a fucking traitor, and you make me genuinely physically sick. Fuck you, lefties. Fuck you, Muslims. That's what I've got to say about that. Leilani Dowding on X has said, fucking insane. Our taxes are meant to help people like this, not illegals, and not to be sent off to other countries for their wars or their people. This is sick. What is she talking about, I hear you ask? Well, this is an elderly couple who can no longer afford their rental home. And they've been told to sleep in their car by government agency set to help them. Now, this, if you've been following me for a while, you'll know that this is nothing new. This has happened many, many times before. We've had families with children, etc., grandchildren, that have been told, just sleep in your car. Or we've had families that have been given a tent. There you go. There's a tent. That's your government. That's your government saying that. There's a tent. You piss off now and go and sleep in a tent or your car whilst invaders are in lovely hotels. Brilliant, eh? You've got to love this country, because if you don't, then you're probably a good patriotic person. If you actually support this country now and everything it's doing, then you're probably a sick cunt. So we have some of these stories are duplicated, obviously, because I've added them at different times. So we've got the Matt Winston, whatever his name is, winning the gold medals, but we're not going to talk about that because I've already discussed it, and I could not give a fuck. So there's that. Okay. This is from GB News. We have Jog On. Layla Cunningham hits out at critics amid claims reform is pro-hate. Right, so the reason I've added this now, I don't need to go through the story any more than that, right? Now, when an opposing political party has nothing else on you, when they have nothing else to say, when they just cannot criticize you at all, what they'll do is they'll just come out with nonsense slogans. They'll come out with bullshit like that and just say, oh yeah, you're pro-hate and you shouldn't be government in. That's all they have left because they're fucking idiots. And let's face it, with your party, you can criticize that till the end of time, genuinely. It's filled with Muslims. Zach Polanski is a fucking fraud. Everything just went wrong from the start. Just absolute fucking just joke. And then you've got Green Party. Oh, sorry, that was Zach Polanski. So you've got your party, which I don't think even is that a party anymore? Does anyone know? It just went wrong from the start. In fact, it went wrong before it had even started. Because if you remember, that woman, whoever it was that set it up, I can't remember her fucking idiot name. She released all the details before the other guy, the two that started it up, was willing to go live about it. And he threw a massive hissy fit. And then since then, she's left it anyway, because apparently it's become a boys' club. Well, you've got a load of Muslims in there. So yes, it does become a boy club because they don't like working with women. You are beneath them. If you have a Muslim party, women are put at the bottom of the totem pole purely because they think they're above you. They genuinely do. We have GB News. Crowborough residents astounded after councillor makes children write Valentine's Day cards to asylum seekers. Again, I don't think I need to read any more into that. I think we can all agree that that is fucking retarded. That is absolutely retarded. How the fuck is... Let me just look up quickly who the fuck it was that did this stupid idea. Emily Carver, it looks as if it was, that got children to write invaders, some of which are paedophiles and attackers and perverts, and she got them to write fucking Valentine's Day cards to these fucking nonces. Well done, you dopey fucking cunt. Jesus, fuck me, fucking Emery. You dopey bitch. Fucking hell. What a retard. What the fuck is she thinking? Genuinely, what the fuck is she thinking? What an idiot. So we have Igeldard on Threads. And he's posted countries with the lowest legal marriage ages in the world. Let's hear them. We have top 10, yeah? Top 10 lowest legal marriage ages in the world. I'll give you a second, see if you can guess any. Seconds up, here we go. We've got at number 10, Kuwait. Girls need to be 15. Number 9, Jordan. Again, 15. 8, Iraq, 15. 7, Afghanistan, 15. Palestine, 14. Syria, 13. Sudan, 10. You can legally marry in Sudan at 10 years old. That is just wrong, in my opinion. That genuinely is just sick. Iran, 9. Lebanon, 9. And in Yemen, there is no minimum age. You can marry anyone in Yemen at any age. That, to me, again, is just absolutely fucking disgusting. Yemen should literally just be fucking bombed to oblivion because of that. Absolutely disgusting. We have breaking Sadiq Khan. This is on X from Grifty. We have Sadiq Khan plots fourth term in 2028 despite Londoners fleeing in droves amidst crime chaos. Yes, again, if you've been following me, I do post quite a lot about all the crime in London. It is a cesspit of shit. I believe the current British population in London is at about 37%. Everyone else is foreign. Everyone else is an invader. Fuck all of them. Again, just bomb it into oblivion, really. It's a shithole. Hugh Anthony on X has posted, you colonized the world, so you deserve to be colonized now. And then he goes on to say, you mean when white people went around the world advancing it? Yeah, we definitely did. There's a difference between what we did and what's going on now. When we colonized the world, or a large percentage of the world, for starters, before you get into any who did good, who did bad, before you get into any of that, that was what you did back then. That was just what you did. You built a territory and you expanded it. And even if that means destroying another people's because you want to take their territory, that is what you did. If we hadn't have colonized other places, they would have colonized us, right? Make sense? It's no different to slavery. People say, Europe and America and Britain are horrible for slavery. Well, slavery existed throughout history. It's just what people did. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's good in any way at all, but that is just what people did. There's nothing you can do about that. You can't rewrite the past, okay? So this whole should Britain have colonized different countries? Should we have advanced their civilizations? Should we have helped them out? Should we have brought them medicine, technology, education, infrastructure, transportation? Should we have brought them all these things? Fuck it, if we hadn't, then Britain alone would just have been the most advanced country in the world. Nowhere else would even come close. Nowhere else would have even compared with that. But we shared everything we had. So you call it colonizing, I call it sharing. Sharing's caring. What you're doing now is colonizing. You are effectively imposing your laws onto a land where it is not welcome. That is colonization. And those aren't good laws, those are terrible laws. Those are absolutely barbaric laws that should have died out many, many hundreds of years ago, but for some reason haven't. The only reason I can give as to why they haven't died out is because people are fucking retards. So happy news there. As you can tell, I'm in a really good mood. We have a post from Grifty on X who says, ex-police officer jailed for 12 years after raping woman he met on a dating app. Stephen Kair, 39, a former Metropolitan Police constable, met his victim on Plenty of Fish before attacking her at his home in Catford, southeast London in October of 2022. He pinned her down, ignored her pleas to stop, and raped her twice despite her clear distress and repeated saying no. Okay, so Kia denied charges but was unanimously convicted. The judge branded his evidence ludicrous and handed him a 12-year plus 5 on license. So he's got 12 years in prison and 5 on license. So these days you only have to serve 30% of that if you behave well in prison. So he'll be likely out in 3, 4, 5 years time maybe, and then on license probably for the rest of it. I'm pretty sure this isn't the last we've heard from this scumbag piece of shit. I'm absolutely sure he will reoffend, and we'll be hearing from him in the future. And you've got the weak police, the weak government, the weak prosecution services to thank for that, which is why no one fears going to prison or anything anymore. It's basically a free-for-all in Britain if you want to. And again, this just highlights how corrupt the police are with everything that they do. They are just a disgusting organisation. Fuck the police, that's what I say. We have Britain is Broken on X has posted saying Antifa have just beat a man to death in France. A 23-year-old patriot of France, part of 15 security staff protecting Collectif Nemesis, was campaigning for women's safety. So he's campaigning for women's safety before he was beaten to death by 40 radical Antifa in Lyon. How disgusting is that? So you've got a guy that's protesting, that's protecting women's safety, and then you get the left, because Antifa, they're always the left. You get the left that come along and literally beat him to death. They are disgusting. There's nothing else to say about them really, other than they are disgusting, useful idiots. As you could probably hear, I was getting a bit of dry mouth. Not a lot I can do about that, unfortunately. No one can. It's biology, baby, you know. Okay, we've got a load screen. It's very good. We've got Hugh Anthony on X who has said there are more Indians than Welsh people in the UK now. We are being replaced. Yeah, so that's a statistic that came out recently throughout Britain. In the UK, there are more Indians now than Welsh people. So if the Indians all wanted to get together around one part of Britain and say, hey, this is Indian land now, because we're all Indian occupying it. Do you know, I'm sure our government would say, yep, okay, that's a part of India now. You can govern yourselves. You can, make your own laws and such things. It wouldn't put it past me if that happened. And by the way, that is what's going to happen with Muslims. They will segregate themselves. They will claim a plot of land, and then they will say we need a two-state solution. No different from what they did with Israel and Palestine. It's slightly different to what they did with Iran, because in Iran, what they managed to do, the Muslims, is they actually managed to take over government and basically take over the full land. They took over Iran. The people in Iran have at last had enough of their reign, and that's what's happening in Iran now. The people who are fed up of living under Sharia law are fighting back. This, of course, unless we change direction here in Britain, it will happen in Britain too. Absolutely, mark my words, it will. We have Grifty on X, who has posted Asda's genius/desperate dating scheme. Brilliant. Okay, so Asda have put red baskets for singles hunting love in the frozen peas aisle. The supermarket's rolling out a special red basket in Liverpool, Glasgow and Leicester stores, so lonely shoppers can signal that they're open to chat and turn the weekly shop into a rom-com meet-cute movie. Isn't that great? Isn't that lovely? So if you see somebody in Liverpool, Glasgow or Leicester Asda store that's got a red basket, feel free to go up and say, no, I'm not interested, because, it's fuck this fucking country, fuck it all. Feel free to do that at your leisure. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. We've got a deleted tweet there, so I can't access that one. Oh no, what a shame. So I'll move on to the next one, and we have Ben on Wine, who has posted on X to say that he said, why the hell would anyone want cow's urine, for God's sake? Now, that's a strange question to ask. And why is he asking that, I hear you say? Well, because cow's urine is now sold alongside food in London shops. So in London, you can literally buy an Indian bottle of cow's urine. That is absolutely phenomenal. And they say we're not being conquered. They say we're not being invaded. Absolute jokers. Absolute jokers. Okay, we have Kira Diss on X, who has said, the boats, the boats, the boats. Green Party leader Zach Polanski has called the campaign of boats arriving with illegal undocumented men an obsession. He claims there is no link between failing services and cost of living and immigration. Well, you're a fucking idiot then, Zach Polanski, aren't you? If you can't see that there's a correlation between failing services, cost of living and immigration, then you're a fucking retard. I mean, immigration is literally what we're talking about. So how can you say there's no link between the immigrants and immigration? That makes no fucking sense whatsoever, you retard. It's absolute contradictory piece of shit. And do you know what? There is a little piece of me that wants the Greens to get in, that wants the Greens to form a government, just to see it absolutely fall apart right in front of them. It genuinely will. There is no way, even if Zach Polanski's Green Party gets into power, there is no way he's going to be Prime Minister. And I'll tell you why. Because he will be kicked out of the party so fast by all his little Muslims as soon as they get a little bit of power. They will just absolutely get him out straight away. And they'll put their own Muslim PM forward. And then we'll have a war, I expect. Seeing is Believing on X has posted, running throughout the holy month of Ramadan, February 17th to March 19th, a new shuttle bus service launched for worshippers to get to to the mosque during Ramadan. So again, you're paying for this. This comes out of your taxes. You're paying for buses to shuttle Muslims from their homes, from their local areas to mosques during Ramadan. Why? God knows why. I don't know of any other religion in Britain that's had that service provided by them. Name me one. The Jews have never had it. The Hindus, nope, none of them. Nope, Christians, nope, no, none of them have got that going on. But for some reason, the old Muslims, they get exactly what they want, don't they? And we all know why that is, because they're here to conquer the country, and our weak government are letting them. We have GB News, who has said Nicola Sturgeon's husband accused of embezzling over £450,000 across 12 years. That's no surprise to me whatsoever. Since Keir Starmer has come in, he's opened the floodgates. He just flung open the doors on all the corruption that's been happening throughout the years in Britain. And it seems that all these secrets are going to become revealed. There's just no escape really for anyone to go now. I know that Keir Starmer burned and shredded and burned a load of documents from courts a couple of days ago because they contained information regarding the grooming gangs. Obviously, he didn't want that getting out because he's a nonce. So, you know, other than these large scale kind of cover-ups of shredding and burning paperwork, I think the truth is going to come out anyway about everything. And this is why I would never vote a mainstream party again. Conservatives are dead to me. Labour are dead to everyone, let's face it. I don't care who gets into power, really. If it's a left party, it'll just be funny to watch them fail, and then I'll leave the country. If it's a right-wing party, we've got a chance to actually restore Britain to what it was at a better time. But as long as the two main parties don't ever get in again, I'll be happy. We have GB News again, who say Met Police refused to arrest Palestine Action supporters despite group remaining banned even after court win. Yes, once again, the police are showing their cowardice. They are absolutely not prepared to arrest any Palestine Action people, protesters, because they're cowards, and two, they've let them get away with so much over the last couple of years that these lefties don't know when to stop now, and it's only a matter of time now before the right wing protests, etc., before they catch up with them. Now they will get equally as violent. It's natural. It's just natural. And in my opinion, I think the right wing will actually become more aggressive, more violent than the left, because of the way the right and the left are treated. The right wing people attacked all the time. The left-wing people, they tend to get away with a hell of a lot. I mean, just look at that woman that broke into the bunker, I think it was, and then hit the female police officer over the back with a sledgehammer. No charge, nothing. You go and live your life. If that had been a right-wing person, my God, you are never coming out of prison. We have GB News again, who have said Andy Burnham wants to be able to force homeowners to sell up. That'll be nice, wouldn't it? So you will own nothing and be happy. Meanwhile, what they called Black Forest, Black Mirror, something like that. They will be buying your properties. The banks will be buying your properties. The government will be buying your properties. Abu Dhabi will be buying your properties. China will be buying your properties. Invaders will be given your properties, and you will be left with absolutely nothing. Fantastic. What a country, eh? Inevitable West has posted breaking. UK counter-terrorism police have informed Tommy Robinson that he has been made a target by ISIS. We have addressed this earlier on. Again, if you are cheering on the fact that he is now a target for ISIS, you are a moron. Why, you ask? Because you're cheering on a Islamic terrorist regime. Well done to you. Get an education, please. Anth on X has posted primary school in County Durham teaching 3-year-olds about Islam. This school is a Church of England school. This is what schools are doing to your children while you slave to pay the tax man and pay for their benefits as well as their cousins who are invading the country. And there's pictures as well. There's pictures of 3-year-olds wearing burqas, wearing hijabs. This is what they're doing to your children. If they can't indoctrinate you, if they can't get to you, they'll get to you through your children. That's how it works. This is nothing new. They've been doing it for years. Even before I existed, even before I was born, they've been doing this. And, you know, you've been letting it happen. Now, myself, I've chosen not to have kids because I don't want them growing up Muslim. So, you know, if you have kids, talk to them, get to know what they're doing during their school days. And if they are saying, well, we learnt about Islam today, I was dressed all from head to toe, get onto your school and say, this is barbaric. I am absolutely against my child being taught this backwards religion. GB News have said 2 men jailed for a combined total of 63 years for plotting mass shooting against Jews. Now, before I scroll down, I want you guys to guess the name of this person, of these people, sorry, these 2 men. I want you to guess their names. So 2 men jailed for a combined total of 63 years for plotting mass shooting against Jews. Now, who hates the Jews? Let's see what the names are. I'm gonna guess either Mohammed, Hussein, Khan. Oh, I'm guessing it's going to be one of those. We've got Walid Sadoui and Amir Hussein. Brilliant. I got it right. I got one of them anyway, Hussein. They have been jailed at Preston Crown Court. Again, nothing new. This is simply what they do. So that's just Muslims hating on Jews again, planning another attack like the one we had in Manchester several months ago. And you know it's going to happen again soon because you know the MI5 and these different agencies that are keeping an eye on these people, one of them is going to slip through. There have been several recently that have been very, very close. Again, if you don't follow my news regularly, then you may not know about that, but believe me, it has been very, very close. And of course, the mainstream media gives it no attention whatsoever because they don't want you to know that you've become very, very close to a terrorist attack, basically. We have GB News again, who has said every customer's hit with parcel delays after UK delivery company closes down. So this isn't every itself that has closed down. This is a part of every. And this is for a warning for Oxford residents who will have to face longer waiting time for their letters, etc. Because every's e-cargo bike delivery partnership has closed down. So if you live in the centre of Oxford at all, and you haven't received a parcel, a letter, don't worry. It's just that another part of a company has gone bankrupt because of Rachel Reeves. Well done to her. Well done to her. Well done to her. We love that. We love Rachel Reeves here. Why? Because she's destroying the country and it's funny to see her cry. I'm just joking. I fucking hate Rachel Reeves. As I'm sure everyone does, as I'm sure you do. Lozzie B has posted on X, UK civil war. Ooh, what's going on here? I need to get somewhere. I need to get involved. Civil war is coming to the UK if the government wants to take strong action to prevent the Islamification of the UK. Then it's going to mean big trouble. Absolutely, I agree. I think the end result is very likely to be a civil war in Britain. Natives versus migrants, Muslim migrants versus government. So there'll be three factions there: natives, Muslim migrants, and then government. Yeah, I absolutely can see that coming. And what I hope happens first is that the natives and the Muslims just go out. Everyone just go after the government first, and then go at each other. That's what I think will happen, and I kind of hope that happens. To be fair, and then we can start to get this country back on track, back to its former glory, back to what it used to be before you lefty twats took over and ruined everything. Every aspect of Britain ruined currently. Liam Tufts has said on X, if you don't hate Labour enough, primary school pupils, one second, if you don't, oh God, what have I pressed there? Fun and games. If you don't hate Labour enough, primary school pupils will be allowed to change their gender at school according to guidance published by Bridget Phillipson. The Education Secretary, this puts pupils at risk by encouraging a dangerous fairy tale. Let children be children. Yes, I absolutely agree. Why are you saying to children that you can choose your gender, that you can be something other than what you are? Why are you just putting that in their heads? Because all they're going to have to do is unlearn that again when they're older and they realize they've been indoctrinated with nonsense. Because that's all it is, just indoctrination of nonsense. It's people saying, believe as I do, or you're in trouble, basically. Autonomy has posted on Threads to say, one true question: if you live in Kent, would you come block the entry to Weapons Factory with me so we can shut it down? If so, private message me, please. Everyone smashed it today. Was a great turnout. Big up the Net for Palestine and other organisers. So this is a massive lefty twat who is organising and calling on people to block the Weapons Factory again. I don't know if this is the factory that they broke into and hurt that female officer with a sledgehammer. I'm unsure of whether it's that one or not. But she is basically recruiting and saying to people, come with me, do as I do. Let's attack police again, because we got away with it last time. We have no consequences because the police are weak, the prosecution services are weak, government's weak. So let's do it. Let's fuck some shit up, and I'm sure they will. Best of luck to you, you spoiled little brat, liberal bitch. Righto, we have American as fuck, American AF on X, who says liberal woman claims that society needs to accept paedophiles. See where they go with this? Do you see how it escalates a bit? Today it's your kids need to choose their gender and make it all about sexual orientation and what sex they are and sex, and then it's, hey, paedophiles like sex too, that's how it works. It's indoctrination, it's disgusting, and frankly, if you're part of this system, if you're part of the left, if you're part of the Muslim regime in Britain, then you are a sick person. You need to visit a doctor and get your shit sorted out. This woman is stated as saying, paedophilia is simply just another sexual orientation. We need to overcome our negative feelings we have towards them and treat them with respect. Fuck off. You need a gun. They need a gun to their head. That's what they need. And that's what you need, is a gun to your head. You fucking melt. Just absolutely depraved, disgusting person. Why is she doing that? Is she a paedophile herself? Why is she on stage making an argument that paedophiles are just normal people that need to be respected? Why is she doing that unless she's a paedophile herself? Disgusting, absolutely disgusting. So one of two things is happening there. One, she wants to legalize paedophilia because she's in fact a paedophile, or two, she's being paid by a load of bloke paedophiles that want to be accepted in society for being paedophiles, and so are paying her to go on stage and sort of preach their case. Now, I don't give a fuck how much you offer me in payment to do that. I just wouldn't fucking do it. So I judge this woman as a paedophile as well. Even if she's not and she's just being paid to say this stuff, I still judge her as a paedophile just for stating it. Disgusting. It's the same with the Labour Party. There's so many Labour Party paedophiles now that you can just brand them all as paedophiles, and you're probably right, to be fair. There's more than a 50% chance that you'll be right that they are paedophiles. That's how it works. Same as the BBC. Cole Benjamin has said on X, Ash Sakar, Britain is being colonized. Britain is not being colonized. Also, Ash Sakar, yes, lads, we're winning. So this is regarding a couple of videos that Ash Sakar has put out online. Now, she released a video a few years back, I think it's about 5 years ago now, and she said that the British population of London was dropping at an alarming rate, and she was happy about that. She was saying, yes, lads, we're winning, we're forcing out the British, the city's ours, basically, it's going to be ours. But now, obviously, people know about all of this stuff. Now it's getting people riled up. Now people are getting a bit pissed off about it. Now she's suddenly saying, we're not here to colonize, we're not here to take over. No. And she forgets that we still have that video of her saying, yes, lads, we're winning. Bitch, absolute bitch. Traitor, get her out of this fucking country now. Concerned Citizen on X has said this is another insane one. I don't doubt that for a second, Concerned Citizen. I really don't. A new tourist tax up to an extra £112 for a family of 4 to visit tourist destinations in Britain. So if Britain itself wasn't expensive enough, if going out in Britain wasn't expensive enough, if doing anything in Britain wasn't expensive enough, if traveling in Britain wasn't expensive enough, now if you want to holiday in Britain, you've got to pay a tax on top of that because you're a tourist. A new tourist tax. I do not understand why anyone comes to Britain. I genuinely don't. I haven't holidayed in Britain for years, and I never will again. I would rather stay home and save my money than holiday in Britain because it's just an absolute waste of time. It's a rip-off. It really is. Breaking, David Lammy announces that people under 17 caught carrying a knife will no longer be prosecuted. Well done. The police and the prosecution services under David Lammy, who should take a much firmer stance on youths carrying knives. They're not. They're going the other way. They're going, easier on them. Instead of saying, hey, 5 years in prison if you're caught out with a knife immediately, whether you do anything or not, if you're out with a knife, 5 years in prison. Instead, they're saying, no, we're not going to prosecute them. It's fine. You go out with knives. You do what you do, you little scamp. Again, it's just another example of our country being weak. Because there are far too many lefties in charge, far too many lefties in government. The lefties really have taken control of Britain, and every right-wing person is just a kidnapped hostage at this point. GB Politics on X has said the Green Party has been reported to counter-terrorism police by an internal whistleblower amid fears that the party is becoming a breeding ground for extremists. Yes. Who saw that coming, eh? You have a party full of Muslims there, Zach Polanski. You're not. As soon as you get any power, you're not part of that party anymore. They will boot you out straight away, literally. The second they get power, you are gone. And you're a useful idiot to them. That's all you are. That's literally the definition of a useful idiot. Is just use somebody to better Islam, and then once you've gotten to that point, destroy them. When I say destroy them, I do literally mean kill them. It happened in Iran, among other places, but obviously the spotlight at the moment is on Iran because of obviously what's happening there. They're taking their country back from Islam. Grifty on X has said BBC slashes hundreds of millions in cuts on the very day Trump's 10 billion lawsuit clears path to trial. What a hilarious coincidence. Yeah, I'm absolutely looking forward to this. I'm so looking forward to this because Trump is absolutely going to destroy them. Now, Trump as a man, I'm not that big a fan of. I do think he's a misogynist. I do think he's a rapist. I do think he's in the Epstein files, so forth. But Trump as a president, I very much like. He's doing everything that he's being paid to do, and it's refreshing to see it. It genuinely is. Now, regarding this whole BBC situation, I genuinely hope Trump destroys them, because he's absolutely right. I don't care who it is. The BBC did doctor the footage, we've all seen it, and make it look like Trump said something other than what he actually said, and it's another portrayal and betrayal of the BBC. Now, imagine you watched that BBC in England and then flew across to England for a holiday or something, and you saw it again, but the American version, the real version, and you were just like, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on here? You're not getting a true depiction of what's going on around the world. You never have, really. It's just, again, it's just so much more obvious these days, and they've really got the heat on them now. I can remember that guy, I can't remember his name, that worked for the BBC, and he was in, I don't know, Iraq or something, and he was pretending he had the helmet on and the bulletproof vest, and he was crawling along on the dirt, and he was like, I've got to get down, but we're reporting live from Iraq, there's shells going off over this hill here. And then there was a little old lady in the background, and she just walked over to him and said, you all right? Have you fallen? Are you okay? Just absolutely showed him up for what he is, just a fraud, just absolute fraud. And then you've got Panorama, who Tommy Robinson absolutely destroyed. If you've not seen Panodrama, please do watch it. It's one of my favorite documentaries of all time. He absolutely destroys them and their lies. All they do is lie. And they've been found out doing this many times now. Frankly, it's embarrassing. If you pay your TV license, start looking into not paying it, and how you can get around that straight away, as many people do. I believe that the people that don't pay for TV licenses now in Britain is in the millions, because people have just had enough of it. No one wants to support the BBC anymore. They're nonsense. They spread corruption. They're propaganda mouthpiece for the government. They're just sickening. They're just disgusting people, all of them, every single one of them. Again, if you meet anyone that works for the BBC, feel free to just say, I don't want to know you. Yeah, fuck off. The chances are you're likely a nonce, because you do work for a nonce organisation. And that's fair to say. Susan Hall has posted on X to say, this makes my blood boil. These wretched activists live in a parallel universe. I don't feel the least bit sorry for this stupid girl. My thoughts and prayers are with the poor police officer. So this is Zoe Rogers, who has come out to give her side of the story on who hit the female officer over the back and fractured her spine. And this girl, this Zoe Rogers, she's actually trying to play the victim. She's actually trying to play the victim when she was the one, or among the people that hit a woman, police officer, with a sledgehammer, and yet she's still trying to play the victim. That is the mentality of these people. That's pure indoctrination. That's all that is, just indoctrination. Victim mentality to benefit yourself. We have GB News that who has said, watch moment, suspected people smugglers are arrested in early morning raids as more than 50 immigration officers descend on London. Now I'm not gonna read into this anymore because it says 50 immigration officers descend on London. I guarantee you they caught like 5 people. And you've literally got a sea of people smugglers out there now. You've got 5 people out of thousands, maybe even millions. Okay, Britain really is at that point where it doesn't matter about catching the little snakes now, about catching the little gangs of these people smugglers, etc., etc. It's just everywhere. You're going to really deal with it. You've got to arrest thousands and millions of people because it's just run rampant for so long that it's just everywhere. So let's have a look. Let's see how many individuals they arrested. This was in Croydon, where I was right. 5 individuals. So you've got 50 police officers there, 50 immigration officers to arrest 5 people. Wow, that's a good use of money there. Absolute fucking clowns. Waste of fucking time, waste of space. Why do they even bother? Again, it's everywhere. 5 people is not going to make the slightest amount of difference. It's not going to make any difference whatsoever. Nothing. Just waste of time. If these immigration officers, do us a favor, stay in bed tomorrow. Just don't bother, because you're a waste of time anyway. Or even better, just resign, as the police should do as well, and the government, and the Crown Prosecution Service. Yes, that's absolutely what should happen. All a complete fucking waste of time. Anyway, have a good day, people. It's been 55 minutes on the recording, or an hour and 2 minutes if you've been watching live. Thank you for everyone watching. I appreciate it. And have a good weekend. Have a good rest of Saturday. The sun looks as if it's shining brightly out there. So maybe it's warmed up just a little bit. But if not, then stay dry, stay safe, and enjoy your weekend. Thank you very much, everyone. Bye.